I asked this on my Wisdom Council this past Monday. I'm going to ask you, take a few moments, and what is the pulse of your community? Maybe it's your community is the place that you work. Maybe your community is an online community like Significant Impact Community. But what is the pulse? And I want you to write down a few words of what that pulse looks like. What are some of the words that you're seeing in the world, in the communities that you're in? What are some of those words? And just take 30 seconds and just dash down some of those. And I'll be quiet as you do that. I'm going to check out the chat. So good. Thank you for putting stuff in the chat, you guys. Okay, what are the words of the pulse in your community? Okay, you gotta put those in the chat because we gotta talk about that. So put those words in the chat if you would. And when I asked my Wisdom Council, here are the words that came out. This wasn't where they were. This isn't a description of where they are, but it was a description of what they see in the world, what they see in their communities, who they're having conversations with. And the words they came out with were tired, uncertain, powerless, frustrated, and ambiguous. Whew. Those are downers, aren't they? And we're feeling those downers in our world right now. And so people are feeling that. Even though it's summertime, people are getting out and there's like this, yeah, we're getting out, which is great. There's this positivity, but there's also this undercurrent of powerlessness. And so what I came to is there's like this emotional dulling. Our emotions are getting so dulled because there's been breaking news. And we get hit with it so much that we just start dulling in our emotions. And then we kind of feel bad about that because, oh, there were fires in California. You go like, yeah, I should feel bad about the fires in California. Oh, the smoke moved through the Midwest. Oh, those people must be having a hard time. But it's really hard to lift our emotions into those because we've been hit so much emotionally over the last 2 years with the pandemic and the election and so many things that we're starting to get dulled into that. And so I think people are tired of the uncertainty and the ambiguity of what it's like to go forward. We're going to talk about that today. That's exactly what we need to get into today, is how do we break those?